The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain athletics. The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's time for the Chieftains on your new home for Tonganoxie High School athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, S&S Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Good evening. My name is John Rochko. I'm here with Dylan Funk. We're in Panthers Stadium in Paola, Kansas, ready for a big-time matchup, not only in the Frontier League, but Kansas High School Activities Association Class 4A. Tonight is a matchup early in the season between the number 2 and number 3 ranked teams in the state. Paola coming in as the 2-ranked team with a perfect 2-0 record. Tonganoxie, no slouch with a perfect 2-0 record, but just a 1-0 record in league play. Here with Dylan Funk. Gorgeous night for football.
Absolutely. Beautiful fall night for football. We're in probably low 70s, high 60s. Maybe it's absolutely beautiful out here. Beautiful scenery here in Paola. Quite a facility if you're at Panther Stadium too, but just kind of like you alluded to, John, this matchup between Tongi and Paola, it doesn't just start, this season. This has been dating back to about a couple years ago. They met in the playoffs back in 2018, Paola versus Tongi. Paola beating Tonganoxie back then. And then, of course, last season, they're in the same conference, right? They go undefeated, but they don't ever play each other, so they're crowned co-Frontier League champions. Nobody likes a tie. It's like kissing your sister, right? Nobody likes a tie. So these two teams have been waiting for this matchup for, almost 2 years, quite frankly, and they are just ready to get at it tonight.
Absolutely, and we come in with a couple of high-powered offenses. Paola hanging 63 of their first week, 34 second week, 41 their second week, and again Tonganoxie no slouch, putting up 60 the first week, and then 24 against kind of a depleted Lewisburg team last week. And strong defense on both sides of the ball, on both sides of the field here. Tonganoxie obviously threw a shutout through 3.5 quarters last week. Gave up the 2 late touchdowns to Lewisburg. The only blemish on that. Tonganoxie held pretty solid Spring Hill offense.
Yeah.
To short score. Just super excited for tonight. Guys are out here. Guys are out warming up, getting ready for the game. Long bus ride down from Tongi to Paola.
Yeah.
Across a couple counties, and probably the second longest bus trip of the season. Ottawa maybe just a touch farther, but we're excited to bring it to you, all you folks back up in Tonganoxie, joining us on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We will be back for more of the pregame show presented by White Birch Realty Executives after this break.
On the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium. Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by White Birch Properties Realty Executives. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house. Their team is ready to lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 Statue Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. We're about 19 minutes away from kickoff, and want to take a look back at next week. Last week. Both teams coming off of solid wins. Paola knocked off Spring Hill 41-38. Had a pretty substantial lead at halftime, and going into the third quarter, Spring Hill was able to pull back some consolation touchdowns to make the gap a lot more respectable.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, last week both these defenses kind of had similar stories going on. They both kind of had. Started out great for Paola in the second half. For Tongi, again, we talked about they were having that shutout for going into the fourth quarter, and both defenses just kind of collapsing late. And that can happen sometimes in high school because sometimes coaches will pull the starters out, kind of prevent an injury. Other times, just when you get up that big, you just kind of lose that mentality of, hey, let's keep it going, let's keep it going. Definitely almost got up to Paola last week. They were going into halftime of 34-6, and the final score being 41-38. That tells you something, but
yeah. Well, in Spring Hill, they almost pulled they almost pulled it off because they scored 26 unanswered in the fourth quarter. They converted back-to-back onside kicks. We saw Tongi convert an onside kick last week, but you think to convert back-to-back onside kicks and almost a third. So.
Yeah,
Spring Hill was right there threatening, and Paola just was fortunate. I think fortunate to come away with the win for sure.
Absolutely.
A lot of solid standouts. Giovanni Blackie had 201 yards on 13 carries with a pair of touchdowns. Garrett Williams was kind of a double threat there, 4 for 7 passing for 71 yards with a touchdown. Also carried the ball 3 times, picked up 43 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Defensively, they had a couple of pair of guys with 8 and 7 tackles, respectively. So you see a lot of promise there. But again, Paola held on for the win there. On the home side of the ball, or I guess the visitor side, on the good guys' side of the ball tonight, Tonganoxie had a little bit less flashy offensive performance last week. It was definitely kind of a grind out offense. Sam Clydesty in the Wildcat formation and Gabe Bailey kind of switching off, picking up 24 points on the night. Not a shabby output. Led 24-0 going into the fourth quarter, like you referenced, and just kind of that last quarter. Lewisburg was able to pick up a couple touchdowns, make it closer than I think the score was closer than the game really was.
Absolutely, it was, and you just got to know with both these defenses, coming out tonight, they're going to show up, they're going to be physical, and they got to have that mentality finish. They absolutely have to finish tonight. This is just such a huge game for both teams, and to come out tonight with a win for either side, Paola or Tonganoxie, it's going to be an absolute statement, and they're going to be in the driver's seat for possibly the rest of the year in the Frontier League as far as that goes. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the different offensive paces of the team, because last week Lewisburg was definitely a grinded out offense. Remember that first quarter they took up 6 minutes of the first quarter with our first drive, and held Tongi to just 10 points, touchdown and field goal. Obviously, in Paola, they're a little bit more potent offense. So you may see a little bit more fluidity and flow in the game this week. Hopefully, Tonganoxie can take advantage of that, and we will check in. We're going to be about 15 minutes from kickoff. Again, absolutely picture-perfect night for football here at Panther Stadium. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back to the pregame show brought to you by White Birch Properties right after this.
Transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
And welcome back to Panther Stadium in Paola, Kansas. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Hey, my name's John Rochko. I'm here with Dylan Funk. Normally we'd have the coaches pregame show. We had a little bit of a technical issue. Sat down and talked with Coach Troyer yesterday on Zoom, and, well, wouldn't you know, the computer decided not to record it. So we'll just, kind of go back. A couple of things I asked him about. Obviously, this is the second straight 2-0 start for the Chieftains. They had the huge run last year. Kind of asked him how he kept the team grounded. And, really he didn't have, it's one of those things that a lot of the guys, have got a great leadership from the senior class where, they've been through this before. They've been, they've had the two game start. Realize that, hey, you've got to, it's not necessarily how you start the season, it's how you finish the season. And
Absolutely.
so if you, not really, big letdown, practice was, pretty much same as normal. Talk briefly about, the different offensive looks from week 1 to week 2. Obviously, week 1 we had, actually, we're going to take a quick break and take your national anthem here.
It's time to show your Panther pride. The pregame tradition continues with the pride of Paola marching Panthers.
All right, folks, that situational awareness is great on the football field, also great up here in the broadcast booth as we make sure we pause for the playing of our national anthem. To come back to the pregame interview with Coach. 2 weeks, 2 different offensive looks. You had, the first week we had Blake Poggi under center all night. Switched over to the Wildcat a couple times, but Blake had a pretty solid performance. Offensive line did great work moving the pile for him, and 60 points as a result of that. Second week, kind of switched up a little bit. We saw a little bit more mix of the Wildcat offense where Sam Classy was taking the direct snap. Saw him throw a couple of passes looking pretty good, but then Gabe Bailey was also able to step in, kind of look give that more traditional look. And
Yeah, and a lot of that last week, stems from Gabe Bailey making his first varsity start last week. So obviously, kind of those jitters you get when you're making your first varsity start. I know I had them when I was back in playing football, but took him a little bit to get settled in. I know he finished on the night with 52 passing yards, but again, when you got a run game as strong as Tongi does, when you got Tyler Bowden, you got Culver back there, you got Sam Clancy running it in the Wildcat formation. You can get away with 52 passing yards. And same goes for Paola, too. I mean, last week, under 100 yards passing, but over 400 yards rushing, right? So, the big thing tonight for Tongi is that they got to get Gabe Bailey out there and try to get him as comfortable and settled as they can. Start the game out, try to get the run game going, and also, kind of start with some small, short passes. Get Dallas Bond in there, get him working, get Clydesty in there, get him working. Get the offense up and running, and then, once you finally get both going, then that opens the playbook even more, and most importantly, it opens up the confidence in Gabe Bailey at quarterback too, to give him that confidence knowing, hey, I can come out here and I can play this game and I can lead my team to victory. So that's what I'm looking for tonight as a big, big key for Tonganoxie.
Yeah, and obviously, one of the other keys to the game is, again, just keeping that offensive flow because, last week, I think. Let me back up on that. Not necessarily keeping the not getting discouraged if the offense is on the side of the field for a long time, because I think that's one of the things that Tongi did well last week is they came out their first drive, they after kickoff they sat for 6 minutes and change because of a few stoppages. They came out, but they still managed to put up points on their first drive when at halftime had. Again, not the output that they were expecting, but 10 points still, going to the halftime with a good lead. And I think the key is for Tongi to make sure that they play their game. Stay with their rhythm, do what they want to do with the football. Talked to Coach earlier, and he was today. It's going to be a big chess. It's like a chess match because you've got two solid teams, two very talented teams, two talented coaching staffs
on both sides of the ball too.
And it's going to be a good matchup tonight. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with the rest of the pregame show from White Birch Properties. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie, a small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
Welcome back to Panther Stadium in Paola, Kansas. Pregame show is brought to you by White Birch Properties Realty Executives. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house. Their team is ready to lead you to success in the real estate game. Make sure you visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or give them a call, 913-915-0451. Obviously, we talked about this game. Definitely this is the marquee matchup within the KC Metro. You've got two of the top three teams in the state. Obviously, Bishop Miege ranked number one. But,
of course they are.
You've got the number 2 team and the number 3 team facing off early in the season. Battle for the driver's seat in the Frontier League. Obviously, Tonganoxie coming in with one game behind Paola, because Paola's played both. Both of Paola's games have been against league opponents.
Right.
Tonganoxie had a non-conference matchup week 1 against Baser Linwood. But again, there's so this is obviously the big matchup for the night. But not there. It's not the only matchup. There's a lot of other games going on. Dylan, kind of walk us through what's going on in the rest of Frontier League tonight.
Absolutely. So the rest of the Frontier League tonight we got Baldwin and Lewisburg squaring off tonight. Lewisburg kind of looking to bounce back from again that game last week, hoping to get their offense up and running, and Baldwin to do the same. Got Bonner Springs here on the road playing at Atchison. That's a little drive for them, but. As I scroll through, get through all the 5 and 6A. Here's another one. We got Piper playing out of conference, another road game against Leavenworth tonight.
Definitely a shorter drive for them.
Definitely a shorter drive for them, of course. And of course, we got the game here, Tonganoxie and Paola.
Scrolling through the Preps KC's scoreboard there to walk through everything. And
here's another in-conference Frontier matchup. Ottawa on the road against Spring Hill. And of course, they want to show me all the 5 and 6As when I'm looking for the 4As.
we love our friends at Preps KC, but when we're looking for is the meat and potatoes for our stuff. But
gotta get through all the appetizers first.
Yep. Here the applause from the far side as Tonganoxie takes the field. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff here at Paola. You talked about keys to the game a couple minutes ago. Tonganoxie definitely want to make sure that they, again, keep up the performance that they had last week and kind of control the game.
Absolutely.
Both teams have got a lot of skill. We know it's going to be a dogfight. Hopefully the good guys come out on top.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we will pop away for one last pregame break and then come back for the kickoff. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back at the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
All right, you can hear the fireworks moving off the background as Paola takes the field.
Well, if that's not the flashiest entrance I've ever seen, John.
I would say I really, again, you hate to see, you love to see a marquee matchup. I would really have loved for this game to be a little bit later in October because that's really cool. The fireworks, awesome. You got to give them props for that. But when you're just about half an hour north of sunset, still in the golden hour, the fireworks kind of lose a little bit of their jazz. Again, it's props. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but if it were darker, it would be a little more impactful. And as if we're on cue here, we're going to go ahead and go through the starting lineups for both teams real quick. First for home squad from Paola, offensive line for Paola. Under center number 76, Cody Hendrickson. Left guard number 77, Demarius Bassett. Right guard number 53, Isaac Brackner. Left tackle number 64, Carter Stanchfield. And right tackle number 67, Alan Puser. Receivers for the Panthers, number 14, Bo Robinson, and number 20, Brock Pitzer. In the backfield for the Panthers, tailback number 7, Giovanni Blackie, and fullback number 25, Fletcher Aud. Tight end for the Panthers is number 1, Jake Carr, and starting quarterback for the Panthers, number 10, Garrett Williams. On the defensive side of the ball, defensive end, number 1, Jake Carr. At the other end of the line, number 77, Demarius Bassett. Defensive tackle number 78, Daquan Rogers. Also defensive tackle number 64, Carter Stanchfield. Linebackers for the Panthers, number 32, Jack Earlywine. Number 21, Leighton Moore. And number 25, Fletcher Aud. Or O'Day. I'm not sure if I'm butchering it, I apologize. Secondary for the Panthers, number 2, Isaac Myers, the cornerback. Nick Walker, number 6, the cornerback. Free safety, number 10, Garrett Williams. And strong safety, number 20, Brock Pitzer. Handling the kickoff duties for Paola, and number 33, Ian Hyde. For your Tonganoxie Chieftains. Well, we're going to get ready to go here, so... All right.
Get excited, John. It's Friday Night Lights, baby.
It's all, hey. Short kick collected at the 30.
8 yards on the kickoff return.
8 yards on the return there. Wrapped up. The Tonganoxie going to start with the ball on their 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Chieftains on the just shy of the 40-yard line. Two receivers near side. Hand off to Bowden. Bowden picks up 4 or 5, breaks up a couple tackles, scampers out to the right side, picks up a big block, and I think he's gonna go all the way. That is the kind of start you want for the Chieftains right there. Heston Robbins doing the hard work there, getting out, spotting the block, getting that seal on him, giving Bowden nothing but pay dirt.
Yeah, have you ever heard the term, that's exactly what the doctor ordered? Well, that's exactly what the doctor ordered right there, John. Bowden again last game had a little slower start in the first half. No better way to start the game. Bam! Right out of the gates.
For a 60-yard touchdown run, first play from scrimmage.
You can't ask for anything better.
That
maybe if it was a 99-yard run, but that's about it.
Mac Williams puts the kick through the uprights, and Tonganoxie tacks on the extra point. And, so we'll get to the starting lineup for Tonganoxie here in just 1 second. We're going to take a quick break while we reset for kickoff. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Well, folks, we've got our crowd mic turned down so we don't get dinged for a copyright violation, but that could not be more perfect for the little Motley Crue playing kind of. That's what we were watching is Tyler Bowden just, he kept, we talked both week 1 and week 2, he finds the holes, keeps those legs moving, bouncing off tackles, and you give him that little bit of open space, and he gone.
Yeah.
and that's what it was. So,
yeah.
All right. Let's see what Mac Williams has got for the kick tonight. 5-yard run up and little chip shot there. Fielded to 25 and 10 yards on the return, wrapped up
Kickoff return for the Panthers. Number 2, Isaac Myers, the return man.
So Isaac Myers get on the return there for Paola. So Paola's going to start with a 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Walk through the starters for Tonganoxie. Down lineman in front, Dallas Bond on one end.
36-yard line.
Check that, we got a tight formation and hands off up the middle and
I have a strong feeling this is going to be a very physical running game tonight that we're going to see from both teams. What this is going to all come down to in the end, though, John, is the physicality on both on the offensive and defensive lines for both teams.
Absolutely.
I mean, any game can be won at the offensive and defensive line, but tonight it's just even more crucial.
Hand up the middle again. This time, Tongi gets a much better stop. Gain of 5 yards. Fletcher Audi, ball carrier again. Wrapped up by Heston Robbins.
I like it. I like Paola just getting lined up, ready to go, getting the calls from the sideline. He'll just kind of smash mouth football here. Let's get it going, boys.
Giovanni Blackie on the carry there. Picks up a couple yards. Heston Robbins reads right through and is able to sneak through and make the tackle. Last week, Lewisburg had a tight formation. Nobody on the no receivers. Paola's going to a lot of the same formation. Definitely a little bit more up tempo. Hand off to the fullback for the first down there.
I mean, this Paola offense, it's gonna be quick. They want to pick up the tempo. And Tonganoxie on the defensive side, they got to do exactly what they did last week. Everybody's got to be accountable for their assignment. And basically, what that means, John, is that everybody on that when you got an option kind of offense like this, where there's multiple varieties and options that the quarterback can hand the ball off to, every player on that defense side has an assignment for one specific player only, and they got to stick true to that.
Yep. Yeah, Giovanni Blackie there kind of demonstrating that. A lot of the guys were, kind of got moved around a little bit too much. But Brandon Martin able to stop Paola just shy of the first down. Second, a couple of inches. That's it. Then we got a keeper. Looks like they're going to have enough for the first down. Jared Williams held on to the ball, took it through. No, maybe not. Ooh, just a little rough on the spot there, but that time looked like they were able to plunge through.
Just taking a page out of Tom Brady's book right there, just getting up to the offensive line, just saying, hey, let's just go, boys, push it forward. Picking up the first down. Panthers are putting together a great drive here, John.
Yep. You're sticking with that tight formation. And we've got neutral zone violation on the Chieftains.
Yeah, when you got an offensive juggernaut like Paola does in their rushing game, they absolutely do not need any help picking up any free yards. That is one thing for sure.
So, Paola 1st and 5 from the 19-yard line. Hand off to Blackie, and he pulls forward. Pulls forward for 4 yards, so 2nd and 1. So a little bit of formation juggling there for Paola. A little play action pass there, and yeah, they're going to regret that one because he absolutely should have caught that. That ball was nice, nice lead, but Pitzer not able to get a hand on it.
Yeah, I mean, and good throw there by the quarterback too. I mean, he had the receiver, heading to the sideline, and he put that ball right on the outside to where he could have caught it and tried to run upfield with it and get inside the 10-yard line, maybe even the 5. So, third and short here.
Yeah. There's something to hand the ball off up the middle. Robbins making the tackle on number 25, Audi.
First down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Oh, wait, no. First and 10.
Handoff goes once again to number 7, Giovanni Blackie's tripped up near the 10.
Blackie picks up a couple of yards. Second 8 from the 10-yard line. Paola staying with that 3 receiver on the left set. Hand off to the fullback Audi, but he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Clydesty and Brandon Martin in on the stop there.
Definitely. If this Tonganoxie defense is going to have huge success tonight like they've been game planning for all week, it's going to come down to the linebackers play tonight because they definitely got to do a great job of being there and filling what we call in football the honey hole, or at least that's what my coach called it back in high school. Those cutback, filling up those holes. Trying to keep the running back from going anywhere. It's hard to get a word in with this tempo offense, man. They're just going.
Yep. And fourth down and call it 8 from the scoreboard calls it 8. I'm going to call it about 7 because they're
I'd call it 7 too, John.
Panthers definitely going for it here.
This would be a huge confidence boost for his Tonganoxie team. They get to stop here. Going with the fade.
Ball's up the air and
wow!
Yeah, that was a nice grab. Nice little fade pass. Threw it just in front enough for Bo Robinson to catch it. And
John, this is a big boy sport, and that was a big boy play.
That
right
was.
there. Light it up, fourth and long, early, deep down in Tonganoxie territory. So what do? You find the one-on-one matchup that you're looking for on the outside, the fade to the back corner of the end zone, a perfectly placed ball, and a great catch. What a start for both teams here.
Oh. And kick is up and good. Take another break here. Ballgame tied 7-7. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, brought to you by Kansas Insurance.
Community strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
All right, we're back here at Panther Stadium. Definitely a contrast from last week's game where Lewisburg took 6 minutes on their first drive, managed to pick up maybe 40 yards. On the plus, this week got a couple of offensive powerhouses. Both teams taking it, 60-plus yards on their drive. We're tied 7-7.
This is what happens when you get 2 and 3, together, especially this early in the season. We're in for a great game tonight, John. I hope you're ready.
Yep. The chip shot pulled in at the 20-yard line. Clydesty looks for a hole on the outside. Picks up 12 on the return. Brought down by number 1, Jake Carr. Gladys, picking, hauling in the shallow kick there and able to make the most of it.
I'll tell you what, Sam Class, this is Tonganoxie coaching staff. They gotta love the grit that he brings to this ball club. He'll play offense, defense, and special teams, and still make plays like that. Never giving up until the end. You just love to see it.
Gabe Bailey steps in the pistol set, hands off to Bowden. He's wrapped up at the 40-yard line after a gain of 3. Correction, Cladesy had 17 yards on that return. Don't want to short him any yards there for solid work there. You got 2nd and 7 for the 40-yard line. 2 receivers either side of the formation for the Chieftains. Bowden in the backfield. Pistol set. Bailey scrambles out, but is wrapped up at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, definitely that one. Tip your hat to the Paola defensive line there, just kind of shoving their way through, not giving Bailey any time at all on that throw. And we talked about it in the pregame. Tonganoxie's got to try to do their best to help Bailey get settled into this game early. Maybe a little hiccup on that play, but they're looking to correct that, try to give him some more time in that backfield, make a play.
Yep. Got 4 receivers to the near side of the formation. And Paola did not like what they were seeing there, so they were able to call the timeout just before the snap. And I think you can see why, because Bailey was able to, in that set, he was able to step back, and he was looking for the man up top of the formation.
Yeah.
Obviously, question the timing of that timeout call there, but referees gave it to.
Yeah, I mean,
you
heard the Tonganoxie sideline there saying, "We snapped the ball. Like, what are we doing here?"
Yeah.
But you just gotta play the game you're dealt.
Yep.
With these referees. So.
See if the Chieftains are able to find that magic again.
Another whistle.
Somebody got a little bit of stuff on the field as the near side referee walks up and grabs it. 3 receivers right, Bowden in the backfield.
Got him too.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. It's same look. Able to get outside to Dallas Bond there on the sideline.
So yeah, exactly. I mean, on that last play for the timeout, they just had Dallas Bond, just kind of streaking down the field. This time, looking the same, except he cuts it back to the sideline, creating that separation. Perfect throw there by Bailey. Chieftains on the other side of the 50 now.
Tight end left, couple receivers here on the right side. Hand off Bowden. He goes up the middle. Gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Just picks up a yard.
Stood up immediately at the line of scrimmage. Give him a gain of about 1. 2nd down and 9 from the Paola 46-yard line.
Paola defensive line able to hold their ground there and wrap up Bowden. 2 receivers either side. Bowden again in Bailey's left hip. Bailey steps back, pass. Looking again for Dallas Bond. This one just a little bit outside.
And he had him open again on that play too. Another great route there by Bond to just throw a little bit too out in front. Again, that's kind of what we're talking about, the comparison from Poggi to Bailey here at the quarterback play. You got to be able to make those throws.
Yep.
So now we got the Chieftains staring down the barrel of another 3rd and long here.
This time Bowden a couple yards back from Bailey. Bond motions to the opposite side. Handoff goes right up the middle. Bowden able to pick up 6 yards on that.
So now with the 4th down here coming up for Chieftains, let's see how aggressive Al Troyer and staff want to get down there.
It's like a 4th and 5 for the Chieftains. Nice little pooch kick there by Bailey. Gotta say, kind of like that. That gives your teams a couple of options. Again, not giving Paola too great a field position to start.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it puts the decision kind of in Bailey's hands there, because if he sees Paola starting to retreat, or if he sees a receiver slip wide open, he has the ability to try to throw the ball. Just kind of try to keep Paola on their toes there, but definitely not the end of the drive that the Chieftains were looking for there. So now they're looking on their defense now to get Paola's offense off the field and put the Tongi offense back on.
Paola's got one receiver up at the top of the set. First time tonight where we've not had all 11 players in the box. Handoff goes to fullback Fletcher Audi. Looks like he's going to come up just enough for the first down.
Yeah, it's just great job there by Paola offense again, just opening that huge hole on that left side of the line there. Keep opening up holes like that. Blackie's just going to run all over this Tonganoxie defense tonight.
This time handoff goes to Blackie and able to get tripped up there by Clydesty there, sneaking through, able to reach through and grab a shin. The tackle holds Giovanni Blackie to 3 yards.
Into about 3, it's 2nd down, 7.
2nd and 7 from the 48-yard line. Again, Paola, one receiver right, but still pretty tight formation. Big motion there. And Blackie open for the option, but Garrett Williams holds on to it, maybe kind of rethinking that decision as he's wrapped up for a couple yards gain there. Wrapped up by Robbins and Martins at the 50. Steps out from under, checks the signal from the sidelines. "17 seconds on the play clock. Checking their wrists for the signals. Quick little wheel pass there to Bo Robinson, but ball was definitely uncatchable there. Looks like Paola's going to step back to punt.
It's a good punt here, too.
Definitely takes a nice Paola bounce, and got to be careful, get out of the way of that one, let it roll. And Tonganoxie's going to start deep in their own territory on the 5-yard line. Great stop there from Tonganoxie Chieftains. After their drive didn't end the way they want them, got to be happy to hold Paola to a 3-and-out.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was perfect. Exactly what the defense was looking to do there. I don't know about that 3rd down play call that they had, that quick pass out there. Obviously, it seems running the ball was working well for Paola on that drive, but nevertheless, Chieftains looking here, get out.
Yeah, the end zone.
The end zone, yes. Thank you for finding that word for me.
Yeah, quick little screen pass to Bond, or correction to Robbins, and he's able to pick up a couple of yards, give the Chieftains some breathing room.
Reception made by number 84, Dallas Bond.
Correction, I was right the first time. Dallas Bond with the grab there.
Set between 2 and 3 yards.
That 3 yards gives it's amazing just how much of a difference 3 yards makes when you're in your end zone. Is that last play we saw Bailey firing from his, from the end line and from the goal line.
Wow.
Hands off to Bowden this time, and Bowden again has got some room on the right side. Again, finds the cutback lane. This time he didn't have the blockers, but he still managed to scamper for 20, for a good 27 yards there.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like a Houdini act there. He looked like he was going to run right between the right guard and tackle there on the offensive line. But again, just those cuts that he's been able to make, for all the games so far this year, being able to cut it around to the outside. The linebacker just didn't know what hit him.
Finds just enough of a hole to make the difference, and two receivers top of the formation for Chieftains. Hand off to Bowden again. This time he squirts through up the middle. Paola had both defensive ends kind of firing in there, and
yeah, Paola for sure. I mean, they were trying to send in some extra players there to try to stop him in the backfield, but
great recognition by the offensive line and Coach Stroyer to see that was coming and then just take advantage of it. And he's like, kind of let those guys fire in on the outside and just take that room up the center. Hand off again to Bowden, and another cut back and another first down for Tyler Bowden. He picks up 11 yards on that carry.
That's amazing there. Again, just great blocking from the offensive line. But let's also not forget, John, another big success of why Bowden's been so successful this year is the blocking from the wide receivers on the outside. Because once he's able to get through the offensive line and bounce it to the outside of the field, he's had great blocks from all other 9 players, I guess, because the quarterback's not out there blocking necessarily. But
yeah, you're definitely playing to the whistle and making that second and third hole. Looks like we've got a timeout on the field.
I think that's the end of the first quarter.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Already.
Again, we're so used to last week where you're just kind of grinding. That is the end of the first quarter. Tonga's going to start the second quarter with the ball, 1st and 10 on their 45-yard line. We will take a break and be back with you in just a couple minutes. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com.
Oh, no.
We came back to the end of the first quarter and trying to pick a better time to come back, but unfortunately not so much as Paola able to pick off Bailey. Pass was intended, trying to find Dallas Barnes here on the near side, but
yeah, that play there, that was just an ill-advised throw there by Bailey. I mean, he had Bond. He had the play action in the backfield, and they had Bond coming in a slant route, back over the middle of the field. But if he threw it in front of him, he had the safety there to pick it off, and he threw it behind, and the other defensive back was able to pick it off there. Yeah, just got to make better decisions with the ball there.
And the extra point is good for the Panthers. As soon as we say the Tonganoxie got to be happy with getting 3 and out. Fortunately, we have a bit of a turnaround there, and let's see how the Chieftains recover from that the turnover.
Yeah,
I think it's the first time that the Chieftains have trailed all year. So again, a couple of different looks for the Chieftains.
I mean, this here, John, this is where we're going to see what, this game is kind of like the measuring stick. Tongue, right? I mean, this is kind of their first big matchup of the year, and like you just said, this is the first time all year that they've been down. I mean, regardless, it's 7 points, but still, when you're trailing in football, you're trailing. So we're really going to see what this Chieftain team here is made of and how they respond here on the offensive side. I think maybe they're going to try to go back to the run game, try to get Bowden up and going again. But most importantly, they just got to keep going to Bailey and just say, hey, just keep firing it, kid. It's just one. It's we're not out of this game.
No.
Yeah. So.
There's still 3 quarters to play.
Absolutely.
Lots of time here. Clatesy and Bowden. Ball's brought in at the 30-yard line. $12 yards on the return there by Brandon Martin. Correction 11, they're going to push, say he was out at the 41-yard line. All right. 2 receivers here on the left for Tonganoxie. It's 1st and 10. Snap goes to Bailey, and that's exactly what you need to get your quarterback after the interception. We've got pass complete to Bowden, and he picks up 7 yards, and I think we're going to tack a few more on after as he was dragged down out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, this will be a huge break for Tonganoxie here. You already had the good gain, and if they add on more yards to it to get you, past midfield again, that'd be huge for them. But looks like we're having a little conference here on the sideline, saying who done it. Are you talking about a
helmet-to-helmet hit?
Oh.
Signal for a personal foul targeting call against the Panther defense.
So is that player done then? For targeting?
I do believe I know at the college level it is. It's been a while since I've called a high school game on the regular, so
yeah.
We'll keep an eye here on the sideline, see if anybody from Paola heads to the locker room.
Huge break here for the Chieftains. Great field position now.
Hand up to Bowden. He's heading up the middle, picks up 5 yards on 4 or 5 yards on that play. Brings up 2nd and 6 from the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I don't see any Paola player being escorted to the locker room, so I guess he gets to stay in.
Right. 2 receivers, top and bottom of the formation. Bowden in Bailey's hip pocket on the right side. Hand off to Bowden. He churns up the middle for another 4 yards.
Number 3, Tyler Bowden.
Again, 3 of those, and we got a first down. We'll take 3 or 4 yards every time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you need. If you're picking up 3 or 4 yards of carry, as an offense, you're going to find great success, and you're going to be hitting pay dirt a lot more.
Yep. Hand off again to Bowden. This time, he's able to bounce off of.
Wow.
You see that first one, you see 3 guys running, okay, he's down for a loss. Mm-hmm. Spin moves and pulls out and then gets it and still manages to pick up a yard out of that play.
He took a solid hit on that second one, too. I mean, that defender came, screaming over, well into the defensive backfield and met him right there. That's a player, you just got to appreciate his toughness. That was great.
Williams for Paola was looking like, I got this guy, and then obviously, and you hand it, when in doubt, keep it going, hand off Bowden, and he picks up 3 yards off the right side for another first down.
One of my favorite sayings in life, John, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
First down, yardage on the run play.
If you're giving it to Bowden and he keeps picking up the yards, why switch it up?
Bailey looks to the sideline for the play. 2 receivers near side, just 1 receiver on top. Tight end left. Hand off again to Bowden, who's in Bailey's hip pocket. And he, again, off the right side, finds that cutback lane, picks up 7 yards on that. 6. It's kind of hard from our vantage point to see through the pile, see where the referee is trotting up to, but
at least you got your little handy-dandy glasses on over there. I'm looking through a camera screen here.
Bailey comes set in the pistol. Bowden in his right hip pocket. 2 receivers left side. Bond fakes for the easy.
Got him!
Wow! Great fake from Dallas Bond to free up Sam Clydesdale for the touchdown.
Great double move there by Clydesdale, freeing up on the outside. I smell a little burnt toast after that play.
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
That was definitely some burnt toast there.
It's you see, and like I said, the best part of it is Bond over there, because they will break that down after Mac Williams gives the extra point a try. Snap comes, Clydesdale gets it down, kick up, and sails through the uprights. Tie up the ball game here with 8:48 left in the first half. We talked the first play from scrimmage on this drive was the little quick screen pass to Bowden on the right side. Again, get Bailey kind of settled in, get him back in a rhythm, and so you see over here on that last play, Bond was checked all the way out to the top. So he, when the ball snapped, he comes back in, checks, makes for that run, makes that good fake. He sells the fake like he's getting that screen pass. Opens up Clydesdale and just done.
Yeah, that's just great. Honing in on your craft. The offensive play caller for Tonganoxie, Preston Troyer, he does a great job of those. They get the run game going, and then they want to go to the play action, or sometimes they'll fake the bubble screen and then they'll throw it downfield for the big receiver. That is the exact drive that Tonganoxie needed after that interception turnover, especially Bailey. He definitely needed that, so his confidence is back up. If they get a 3 and out here on the defensive side, the momentum will definitely be swinging towards the Chieftains side.
Absolutely. McWilliams puts the ball on the tee ready for kickoff. See if he sends it deeper. We've got another chip shot.
Yeah,
chip shot goes a little bit too far left and sails out of bounds. Going to be a penalty, and Paola is going to take over.
I'm not so sure why you're still going with these chip shots. We saw it a couple times, last weekend, the week before that for Tonganoxie. These little chip shots they do work sometimes, but then again, when you got this offensive Paola and you're giving them this short field like this, I don't see what exactly the advantage is of that. But again, a lot of game to go through.
Yep. So 3 receivers right side, toss to Blackie, and Clydesdale able to sneak around the backside, shrug off his blocker, wrap him up. Blackie gets nothing on that play.
That was a great job. Clydesdale shedding the block, coming up from the secondary, and killing the engine of Blackie, wrapping him up at the leg so he can't go anywhere. Textbook play there. Oh, we got whistles.
Looks like we're going to examine the ball.
Deflategate 2.0.
Appears that the referees did not care for that ball very much. So we'll switch it up and all right, 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. I-back set for the Panthers. Play call comes in from the sidelines. Paola comes set, snap. Pitch to Blackie.
Oh!
And he gets wrapped up, rocked.
You ever heard the hit stick in Madden, John? That was an example in real life right there.
That's that was
wow.
That was a great hit there.
Was that Martin that made that hit?
Yes, it was. Brandon Martin just reading that, watching Blackie. Good enough to bite on the pass. 3rd and 8 for the Panthers.
What a stud Martin's been for Tongi in just the few games that he's been here.
One receiver on the right side. Tonganoxie didn't like the set that they saw there. Didn't like the formation, so they called a timeout. Yeah, let's go back to that hit. Again, you see, again on that you see Audi sell the play fake like he's coming up the middle, and Blackie, takes the pitch and gets around the first man, but then Martin just, tracking the play the whole way, sees exactly what's going on, kind of sees through the line, sees the pile, and
yeah, I mean that's what we talk about. Following your assignment, being assignment sound on the defensive side, that was just absolutely perfect right there. Play there by Martin, following Blackie the whole way, not being faked out. Even though Blackie didn't have the ball, still keeping an eye on him. And once they eventually got that pitch, which was also a nice play on Paola's end as well, it was there. If you broke that one tackle,
absolutely,
it could have been a big game. But again, the assignment sound, Brandon Martin right there. You gotta love it from a defensive coach's perspective.
Yep. All right, Paola comes set, one back in the backfield, motion to Blackie, and got a play action pass here. Cladesty able to make the stop there.
It looks like we got some laundry on the field here, John.
Looks like this one may be coming back. Flag on the far side of the play, the line of scrimmage.
This would be a huge bummer for the Paola offense if this gets called back.
And looks like as Paola's trotting back, looks like it is going to be holding.
Illegal
shift. You can almost forgive a holding penalty, but an illegal shift, that's one of those things that the offensive coordinator, when they're looking at film tomorrow, not gonna be happy about that.
Oh.
So one thing you got to make sure, once the line comes set, you got to make sure you only have one guy in motion. Well spotted there by the officials on the far side.
Yeah, so now Paola, they go from, starting to march down the field to now they're back 4th and long and they got to punt the ball away. Tonga, you get another shot at the end zone here with 7:22 left here in the second. Or are they going for it?
No, yeah. Well, no, yeah, it's only 3rd down. So they didn't lose a. I think we were confused because the stick crew on the far side had already changed the down marker to 4th down, but don't lose it down on a penalty unless it's intentional grounding. And steps back to pass again. That time now picked off by Bond, and we got a flag here on the play. We'll see what.
I think it's going to be an illegal block or blocking him back there on Chieftains. But again, great play there.
Jacob Maxwell able to keep the coverage and turn around and see the ball in the air and react and make it happen.
And that was that would have been a tough throw there for the quarterback to complete there. I mean, he was his receiver he was looking for on the sideline had white shirts all around him. Maxwell just doing a great job coming over the top, picking that ball off, taking it back up along the sideline. So now, we've seen here early now, both teams making first half turnovers. Now it's all going to be about what's the response now.
10-yard penalty from the spot on the foul. Tonganoxie now has first down and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
First and 10 for Tonganoxie from their 42-yard line. 7 minutes left here in the half.
And the nice thing about this is Tongi has a lot, almost all the time in the world in the second half. They can take it up all of this, almost 7 minutes left in the second half, put a long sustained drive here that ends in points.
Hand off to Bowden. He kind of waits, watches for the blocks to develop, picks up 3 yards and change.
Handoff goes number 3.
Getting good patient running there from Bowden. We've seen him with the speed, but there, again, that positional soundness, just watching, waiting for the blocks to develop, finding the holes, and able to spot it and pick his way through for 3 yards there. Kaleidoscope in the backfield with Bowden. Bailey calls for the ball, hands off to Bowden. Bowden rips through the hole.
Wow.
Just keeps that leg moving. He was wrapped up. Paola guy had 2 hands around his right leg, still chugging with his left, and just keeps on moving and is able to finally break loose for the first down there. First and 10 for the 43-yard line for Tonganoxie. We've talked all year about Bowden and him, just keeping that second and third and sometimes fourth and fifth efforts. Week 1 against Baser, we thought for sure he was wrapped up, and he puts puts one hand down, keeps the knees up. Same thing there.
Yeah, determination and a human embodiment.
Nice pass there from Bailey, looking for Heston Robbins there. Robbins well covered. Bring up second and 10 from the 43-yard line. One receiver either side of the formation for Bailey. Bowden a couple yards behind him. Handoff goes to Bowden. And Bowden sprints through the line for 7, but there's a flag at the 42-yard line. Preliminary signals holding. Yep, looks like
holding on the offense.
Tongi's going to take the penalty there. Turns a 7-yard gain into a 10-yard loss.
And definitely, while that play might have been canceled out and brought back, we're starting to see on the offensive front for Tongi, they're starting to take control of this game here late. Not late, but late, as we get here late in the first half is what I'm trying to say. Doing a great job so far, opening holes for Bowden to get through and up into the second level.
3 receivers to top for Bailey. Steps back to throw. He's got Bond open, and Bond able to fight off his receiver, but not quite able to make the grab there. Solid defense there from Isaac Myers.
Yeah, it's just great defense there by Myers. One-on-one with Dallas Bond, you could say Bond had the size advantage there, but just great job just staying on his, staying in his hip, running up the field with him and making a deflection there at the end.
Definitely a little bit of contact there, but nothing, going both ways. Both guys, doing a little.
I call that good defense.
I mean, again, both players kind of jockling, kind of trying to figure out where the other guy was. Nothing.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout called by Paola. I'm trying to take that timeout real quick with them with 5:38 left here in the first half. The score tied, Tonganoxie 14, Paola 14.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
And we're back at Panther Stadium. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance. 5:38 left in the first half. Chieftains facing a 3rd and 19 from their 48-yard line. Paola takes what we believe is their 3rd timeout of the first half. No indication on the scoreboard, so two receivers near side for Bailey. Steps in the pocket and throws. Throw a little bit too tall for Sam Cladesty there up the middle.
I mean, great plays there by Bailey, though, because we saw the pocket kind of almost collapse from the start there. Doing a great job, not panicking, trying to scramble out, just steps up in the pocket, tried to deliver a good throw. It was a little high for Cladesty, though, but nonetheless, great poise there shown by Bailey at quarterback.
And at 4th and 19, we'll see what Bailey does with it here. Snaps comes to him and wisely gets a kick away, gets a nice check-up bounce at the 20-yard line, and Paola is forced to fall on it. You could see the wheels turning in his mind, like, can I pick this up and make a run? Can I not? And again, obviously opted on the err on the side of caution there, and just fall on the ball. And
you saw the ball there, too. Kind of took that weird bounce because you expected to keep going to the end zone, but almost like just stopped and went straight up at the 20.
Yeah.
So he kind of had that and say, do I pick it up and go? But
absolutely, because as we saw in that punt, you saw it kind of going end over end. And,
right.
Most punts, you kind of see, you expect more of a spiral or even a kind of a backspin, but that one had just a, kind of like crazy forward tumble, and it still just checked right up on the 20. So, Chieftains defense, see what they can come up with here. 2-back set for Paola, and they hand it off to fullback Audi, and he's able to pick up 5 yards. 6.
Tackler number 24, Heston Robbins.
Heston Robbins on stop there.
2nd down 4.
Robinson comes to the near side of the formation. Single receiver on the right side. Hand off again to Audi. This time he's stopped a lot closer to the line of scrimmage. Able to pick up looks like a yard based on the spot. See, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, great job there by the left defensive end of Tongi there, squeezing down on that offensive tackle and really concaving down hard on the quarterback, not giving him the chance to hand the ball off there on the option.
Great picture on the run there. Now we got a keeper there from Williams, and he's able to break a tackle and
that's
able to pick up the touchdown there.
And so here we go. Last play I talked about. Great job by the defensive end, caving down onto the quarterback. Well, that time not so much. He kind of went down a little too low. Maybe that was a little mental note by the quarterback in that last play. Say, all right, if you're going to come down that far, well, I'm going to just keep it. Peel off to the outside. Made a few men miss on that play. Great long run there.
Yeah. Robbins looks like, Robbins kind of, you thought maybe he'd have a chance to catch it, but just couldn't find that second gear. So Pill able to and converts the extra point to take score to 21-14. 4 minutes left in the first half here. Again, we talked about the great footwork from Tyler Bowden on his runs. You got to give credit to quarterback for Paola, Garrett Williams. He again saw that open when he came through, broke through the secondary. He had a little stutter step fake to the right and froze the defender and was able to get through and find pay dirt.
Yeah, I mean, he almost put the defensive back there on skates, just kind of instantly making that cut back to the left, and that was just a great play there. I'm not afraid to admit it. That was a great play there by Williams, putting up the Panthers up 7. Kind of intriguing drive coming up here for the Chieftains. See how they're going to respond here. See if they can try to strike back and put up some points as we start to get closer and closer to halftime.
Looks like we've got Bowden and Clydesty back deep for the Chieftains. Backs Martin and Maxwell, two backs. They've been more likely to field the returns, and as you say, Clydesty and Clydesty Martin switch, and
oh no,
not what you wanted to see there. Is
yeah, that was a break for sure there for the Chieftains.
That ball took a funny bounce off the turf, and Maxwell was able to recover and able to get a hand on the ball and then cover it and doing the smart move and just wrap it up and take the hit.
Yeah, and without a doubt, he did take a hit on that play. But, better than causing that turnover and giving Paola the ball back with short field. So, all right, let's see what Gabe Bailey and the Chieftain offense can do.
Clydesty in motion to the right side. Bailey calls for the ball. Looks near side. Pass the bond. Broken up there by Myers. Again, great pass there by Bailey. Put it right where Bond needed it. But just outstanding defense by the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean,
secondary there.
All night long they've been doing a great job when they, I guess with the exception of that one play, the Tongies' last touchdown where Clydesty made the double move. Other than that, Paola's defensive backs and the corners been doing a great job staying with these receivers at Tongi, being right there, within a yard or two of them on every pass and contesting every single one, making them earn it.
2nd and 10 from the 34, hand off to Bowden. He cuts back up the middle, spin move. Able to pick up. We're going to go 9 yards on that play. 3rd and 1 for the Chieftains. 2 receivers either side of the formation for Bailey. Bowden steps into his hip pocket, and Bowden gets wrapped up for rock pretty hard there at the near side. Three Panthers able to break through the line, and
great. Yeah, if I were the Chieftains here in this situation, I think I'd go for it. Fourth is short. I mean, buckle up your chin straps there on the offensive line. Get us this 1 yard.
Fourth one for the 43. Hand off to Bowden. This time he breaks through for the first down, and then another couple after that, and he.
I think he picked up the 1 yard they needed, John.
Yeah, just a couple. Yeah, I think the offensive line took the challenge to heart there and said, no, we're not going to let you guys have the free shot on our fullback the second time through, and. Late flag coming in there.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a hold on the right tackle or maybe the tight end there on the ball side of the play. Yep.
Indeed, it was holding on the Chieftains. First and 10, let's do it again. This time from the 44-yard line. First and 18. Hand off to Bowden, and he's through for gain back to the original line of scrimmage, and looks like they're gonna spot him at the 33-yard line. So an 11-yard run there for Bowden.
32, Jack Earlywine with the tackle.
Jack Earlywine on the stop there for Paola.
And again, we just see it there. Another strong run there by Bowden, definitely cutting the yard deficit in half there, making it from a first and long to now a second and manageable.
Clyde and Bond motion, split out the formation a little further on this left side of the field. Bowden stepped up in the hip pocket and takes the handoff and straight up the middle, picks up, call it 4 yards on that.
Tackle made inside the 30-yard line now.
Brings up 3rd and 3. From the 29-yard line with a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, don't be surprised if the Chiefs try to take a shot here. They're trying to get that matchup with Bond again.
Hand off to Bowden, and he is stopped for a loss of 2 on the play. Again, Paola is able to shrug off their tacklers and shrug off the blockers and make the tackle there. Brings up 4th and 5 with 56 seconds to go. Easy call for the Chieftains to go for it here.
Absolutely.
Snap comes to Bailey, and
great job. Another great play by the defense there. It looked like that would have been a completed pass, but it looked like with the defense being right there, kind of able to push him out. Risey got the ball out of bounds.
Robin's able to make the grab, but as we talked about, the defender able to, just stay in there, waits till the contact's made with the ball, and then just able to just kind of shove him out. So, see if Paola pulls the trigger here, or if they take a knee and go to the half. And they're going to take a knee and head to the half, up 21-14.
Great first half by both teams there. I think we're in for maybe a great second half here coming up, John.
Absolutely. We will stick around for the official halftime break. Is counting down here again. Paola making the smart play there with 40 seconds on the play clock, and takes a knee and heads to the locker room, up 21-14. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors, what would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back at the game. Learn more at sandsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Welcome back to Paola, Kansas, Panther Stadium. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Well, Dylan, obviously not the halftime that Tongi was probably wanting. Going into the half trailing by 7, having a pretty solid chance to put points on the board on that last drive, but coming just a little short. But what do you think we had in store for the second half?
John, I think it's going to be a little more the same. What I've observed through this first half for sure is physicality on the offensive defensive line for both teams. And when you got both teams at Tongi and Paola, they love to run the ball. And how do you have success running the ball is you got to have control at the offensive line. And both teams have been doing very well of that so far. Paola more sticking to the run. Tonganoxie more willing to kind of go to that 50-50 spread offense, though. Try to take some shots downfield more often. For the second half coming up, I expect Tongi, I think, keep the run game going with Bowden, obviously. For Paola, keep the run game going with Blackie, obviously. But I would expect both quarterbacks to start taking more shots down the field. We saw kind of here in the last couple of drives for Tongi, at least, Bailey taking shots down the field for Bond, and every single time he got closer and closer to completing the pass. So I expect them to keep going after it, and I think whichever one of these teams hits that home run play first is going to come out victorious tonight.
Absolutely. We talked definitely a much crisper offensive flow on both sides of the ball than we've seen. Really, in either week 1 or week 2. Tongi's had flashes from here and there. But this again, Paola is definitely a next level opponent than anything that Tongi has faced so far this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're no Baser Linwood. They're no Lewisburg. I mean, what was the thing we talked about at pregame? Number 2 versus number 3, and all of 4A in the whole state of Kansas. So, this is an early season matchup. This is kind of like the measuring stick game for both teams. See what each teams are made of. And I think we're going to see exactly what each team is made of here in the second half.
All right. Well, as we will take a quick break here and come back with a look around the area. You're watching the halftime show brought to you by Community National Bank on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
So, what is love?
Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutions.ks.com.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
And welcome back to Panther Stadium in Paola, Kansas. I'm John Roshkolb here with Dylan Funk. The halftime show is brought to you by Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community-minded, community-strong. Community National Bank is a small-town bank with big-time capabilities. For a full range of banking services, visit Community National at 231 North Main Street or online at communitynationalbank.net. Matchup of the number 2 and number 3 teams in Class 4A in the state of Kansas is every bit the barn burner that we were expecting, kind of hoping for.
Absolutely.
Paola's on top, 21-14. Take a look around some of the other scores. Lewisburg rebounding quite well from last week. They're up 26-0 on Baldwin with 3:05 left in the first half. Bishop Miege and St. Thomas Aquinas, kind of a slugfest there, 21-21 with a minute and a half to go.
Those are always great games.
Again, kind of taking around the Frontier League. Bonner Springs in the second quarter trailing Atchison 35-7. Not the Gardner Edgerton and Olathe South. They're playing tomorrow. Scroll through. Again, thanks to Preps KC and all the folks that are keeping the scores up to date there, helping us bring you that information. Spring Hill hanging it on Ottawa, 42-0 at the half. That's I don't want to say a surprise because Spring Hill, looked pretty good in their week 1 game, and then obviously they put 38 up on Paola and almost beat Paola.
For sure, yeah.
Again, they're up 42-0 over Ottawa at half. Piper and Leavenworth. Piper's up 25-14 with a minute 27 to go in the half. And as we round out the Frontier League action, we've already, as we told you, you're here at Paola is up 21-14 on Tonganoxie. Some other big games in the Kansas City metro area. Blue Valley, obviously the big news there is Blue Valley School Board proving they were kind of return to play for that school district. And so Blue Valley Northwest are squaring off in a you squared off yesterday. Blue Valley Northwest coming out on top 24-17. And Blue Valley Southwest and Blue Valley North, the other side of that in school district rivalry, Blue Valley North coming out ahead 42-21, doubling up the Panthers there. Again, we've talked the pandemic has changed everything about Friday Night Lights.
Absolutely.
Again, we see everybody as we were coming here. Again, you really would expect the game of this magnitude to have an absolutely packed stadium, but as I look out, there's plenty of great seats left, but marked off because of social distancing,
right?
And everybody doing their part, and wearing masks, and obviously we are far enough away from the crowd that we're able to take off our masks and keep our social distancing to bring this game to you a little bit less muffled. But it's great to see.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, as much as you and I and everybody else, listening to us and watching us at home, would love to see normal Friday Night Lights, here. Just be back to normal. I shouldn't even limit it down to Friday Night Lights. Just kind of getting back to a normal day, normal weeks, normal year. I think that's kind of what we're all, yearning for right now. But the fact that we've been able to come together and just get Friday Night Lights back like this and have it still functioning, and we're 3 weeks in now, hasn't been, many too big of outbreaks and in a lot of teams here in the metro area. My hat's off to all the people working behind the scenes to make sure we're here having this broadcast here tonight, John.
Absolutely. We've had no canceled games yet in the Frontier League. Nothing postponed. So again, knock on whatever wood you've got to kind of keep that going through the rest of the 2020 season.
Absolutely.
And we're going to take another quick break here on the halftime show, and we'll be back to Panther Stadium. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
And we are back here at Panther Stadium in Paola, Kansas. Both teams are back on the field, looking to get things started here in the second half. Tonganoxie down in their end zone, warming up, stretching out. Paola in the opposite end zone. Got a won't say a stout task in front of the Chieftains, but again, got to just make sure you pick the right spots, pick up and execute like they've been doing all night. Definitely not an insurmountable lead by any stretch. We saw obviously last week Spring Hill was able to come back and score 26 unanswered in the fourth quarter.
Right. Yep. It's and it's not like the Chieftains have been playing so poorly tonight. I mean, they've been having great success on the offensive side of the ball. The only thing, that's kind of hindering them in that aspect is just kind of the penalties. Kind of when when they'll have their second and third down plays, and they'll pick up the first down, and then it gets called back, and it makes it second and third and long. It's hard to execute sometimes in those situations. So maybe in this half, I'm sure in the locker room, the coaches probably told them, let's play with a little more discipline. Let's try to cut back on the penalties. Let's clean up our act. But overall, keep doing what we're doing. We're running the ball very well on these guys. Bailey's had great passes here and there, and just keep riding this wave of momentum that you started here in the first half. Just try to keep piling on these guys. I mean, you're only down by 7 points, and this is the first time you've trailed, coming out of halftime this whole season. So this is a great time to show, exactly what you're made of here, what kind of grit, what kind of heart your team has to come back and win.
Absolutely. We will take one last break here in the halftime show, brought to you by Community National Bank. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Community minded, community strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
And we are back at Panther Stadium. Mac Williams ready to kick it off for the Chieftains to start the third quarter. Tonganoxie trailing 21-14 to Paola. Again, breeze has picked up just a little bit here in the third quarter. We're feeling a little bit at the top of the stadium, but the flag in the end zone just kind of barely whispering.
Overall, it's just a beautiful Friday night light evening.
Absolutely.
Perfect football weather here. Well, I thought we were ready for kickoff.
Yeah, the referee, again, after halftime of every, at the high school level, they give another teams get 3 minutes to warm up, and the officials decided to step in and let it go, because the clock was set at 12. We were ready to go, but the officials said, no, we need to take that last 45 seconds off and stay by the book. So notice the official standing over the ball, keeping Mac Williams from it. And now we're set for kickoff.
All right.
Mac Williams 5 yards back. Comes with a shot to the 20-yard line and 12 yards on the return there. Isaac Myers on the return there, wrapped up by Derek Duffett. And Brandon Martin also on the stop. Sets up a 1st and 10 for Paola on their 31-yard line.
Huge opportunity here for both teams to really kind of try to take control for Paola, looking to score here and make their lead 2 possessions. For Chieftains here, just looking to get their offense off the field and give Tongi back the ball, try to put some points.
7-minute line of scrimmage, handoff. Stopped for no gain by the Chieftains defense. Fletcher Audie wrapped up there by Jackson Stevens and Sam Clydesty.
It's a great job there by the Chieftain defense, again, just rallying to the ball, make sure no slip tackles are there, wrapping them up for a minimal game.
2nd and 9 from the 32-yard line. Panthers go to the wristbands for the set. One receiver top. And we're going to have flags.
Just a little too eager there out of the blocks there, John.
Say you can tell by the movement there, and as soon as the whistle blew, you knew the Panthers were stepping back. It's like, yep, that's us. So 2nd and 14 from the 27. Audi and Pitts are in the backfield for Paola. One receiver at the top of the set. Williams comes set. Flexion pass, but wrapped up at the original line of scrimmage by Heston Robbins. Bo Robinson makes the catch, and Heston Robbins wraps him up at the original line of scrimmage.
That's just great. Again, great defensive play there by Robbins, just being right there, right there, ready to wrap up the receiver as soon as he caught the ball. Yep. 3rd and long here now for the Panthers. Huge stop here for the Chieftains. They can get it.
Yep. Blackie and Audi in the backfield. Robinson near side. And Panthers again looking pass, and ball overthrown, but Robbins and Maxwell either side of him, so even if the pass was right on the money, you got to say that either Robbins or Maxwell was going to pick that off because.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Robbins and Maxwell just making the quarterback say, "We're going to make you have to put it directly in the breadbasket." Like you couldn't hand it to him any better if you want to complete this pass. Great defensive coverage there. Huge stop here for the Chieftains. Let's see what they can do with it on the offensive side.
And Paola with the rug, again, we saw, Tonganoxie, when they've been on 4th down, you see the ostensible quarterback drop back for the kick, and
and that's exactly why they do it right there, because you saw the Chieftains immediately just start kind of going back, getting ready, for the punt return. He just kind of saw it. He said, well, if you're not going to come at me, then I got this huge wide open field with blockers ahead. Why not?
And so a little shift there on the line for Paola. Looks like they were ready to come quick, but thought better of it. Hand off to Blackie, and he's able to bounce through the line and runs into his own man as he caroms past the 40.
12-yard gain of play. Good for another Panther.
Pushed out of bounds to 38 for 12-yard gain. First and 10 from the 38. Paola looks to the sidelines to get the play. Williams comes set. Hand off to Audi, up the middle. He stopped after about 4 yards.
Between the tackles, gain of 4. Bring up 2nd down and 6. From the 34.
Robbins, one of several Chieftains there on the stop.
Paola taking her sweet time here, already eating up a good chunk of clock here already. They would love nothing more than just keep sitting on the lead, eating the clock, and just keep adding points.
You can hand off to Blackie, and he's able to bounce off a couple tackles and scamper forward to the 27-yard line.
Near the line to gain. 6-yard gain of play. Good for another Panther. First down.
Giovanni Blackie able to get the first down for Paola. They milked the play clock down to 3 seconds on that last play. Some comes set. Handoff. Williams fakes the handoff to Audi and then keeps it and falls block. Picks up about 3.5 yards.
For 20, Jackson Stevens there for the tackle.
Yeah, so far right now, whatever game plan that the Panthers drew up at halftime, it looks like they're running it to perfection right now. Got to be some happy offensive coordinators on that Paola sideline right now.
Chieftains looking to stop him defensively. Paola. Two backs split in the backfield, Audi and Blackie. And Williams keeps the ball and is wrapped up by Cladesty. Wrangled down at the 5-yard line.
Again, just great there. Looked like he was going to hand it off to his tailback, but immediately pulled it out and got the block from the same tailback on the defensive end and was just able to run it up to the sideline, get it inside the 10-yard line. Panthers are marching.
Two-back set again from Paola. Audie right side, Blackie on the left, 3 yards. Now shifting to the more traditional I-back set. This time the handoff goes to Blackie, and he's wrapped up for no gain. Actually, it looks like a loss of 1 on the far side. Brings up second and
second down, goal to go.
Second goal from the 18-yard box for the soccer field, so it's about the 8.5-yard line.
And again, great play there by Brandon Martin, getting in the backfield, sniffing it out, putting the hit on the quarterback there. Chieftains defense looking to make a huge defensive stand here early.
Martin and Robbins breaking through and dragging him back, but forward progress keeps him at the 9-yard line. Panthers still looking to the sideline for the signals. And some confusion there as they are forced to burn a timeout. You hear the coach on the near side sideline for the Panthers screaming at one of his offensive linemen to get set, and play clock tick down. We're going to take this timeout with them with 5:43 left in the third quarter. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live here in Paola, Kansas.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
And we're back at Panther Stadium. Paola looks to have gotten their confusion sorted out, and Williams goes back to pass, and he's going to get pass was intended for Bo Robinson, and he was covered a little too well by Dallas Bond there, and you saw, both referees there within with a good eyesight. You see just a pair of flags flying in as soon as the ball is batted away.
Yeah, and that's a killer for trying to come up with this defensive stand. You had him at first and goal, and you force him back to a third and longer goal, and now you give up that pass interference in the end zone. And it looks like the Chieftain is still down there. Looks like they're stretching him out. Maybe cramps. I haven't seen a number yet.
Maxwell.
Maxwell, yep.
He's able to walk off under his umpire, so it's good. He's going to set up a 3rd and 4. And Tongi kind of fortunate on the pass interference that it is still high school rules where it it's half the distance to the goal.
Right.
Doesn't still repeated down doesn't give Paola another set of downs, but definitely gives them a much shorter field to work with here.
Yep. This play and possibly the play after that, it has potential and going a long ways in telling who's going to come out victorious in this game. If Paola goes up 2 scores here, they are well in the driver's seat, and Tongi for the first time this season is really going to have to play catch-up throughout the rest of the second half. However, if Tongi gets to stop here and maybe holds them to 3 or just holds them totally to 0 points, that's just a huge pick-me-up for this Chieftain team.
Huge momentum swing here. Hand off to Blackie, and he trucks up the middle, wrapped up
Handoff, number 7, Giovanni Blackie.
short of the goal line.
4th down, goal to go near the 2-yard line.
You're obviously going for it right here, right, John?
Yeah. It would be nice to have a little more faith in your kicker. One of the things, I was a kicker in high school, and remember losing a game by 3 points because our coach did not have any faith in, not so much in the kicker, but in the holder. But you wish to see that. Big opportunity for the Chieftains here, and Williams and the keeper able to see that split second opening, is able to dive forward and just get the nose of the ball over the goal line and put it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, great play by Williams. I mean, down simple, he just wanted it more. And that play, just kind of taking it himself and diving into the end zone.
It's one of the things he saw just enough room to stick the nose of the ball in there, and that is, extra points up and good. But you saw the hesitation from the back judge before making the signal.
Right.
They want to say, okay, did he actually break the plane? And you want to make sure absolutely that he broke the plane, wasn't down, didn't cough it up, and Williams able to put Paola in front by 2 touchdowns. So we'll see how Tonganoxie reacts. We're going to take a quick break. Coming back with 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
And you're back with us in Panthers Stadium in Paola, Kansas. Tonganoxie Sports Live presented by Kansas Insurance. Kickoff sent deep. Picked up on the 20-yard line. As soon as the cloud of dust clears, Robbins still on his feet there, able to pick up 21 yards on the return. Christian St. Cladesty on the return there.
Huge drive here for the Chieftains as they get their first offensive drive going here in the second half. Would you go as far as say they need to get points on this drive here, John?
Absolutely. I think you've got to at least get a field goal. 2 receivers either side. Cladesty comes in center, hands off to Bowden. Seals up the run. Bowden able to scamper for 4 yards. Just shy of the 45-yard line. You saw Cladesty start on the outside of the formation there, motion in and come back in and pick up the block there. Give Bowden a little bit more breathing room. 2 receivers either side of the set for the Chieftains. Bailey calls for the ball. Quick pass there to Dallas Bond, and he's able to pick up another 3 yards on the quick screen pass there, able to ride a couple of Panthers out of bounds.
Joined by number 25, Fletcher Audi.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Chieftains on their 47.
Huge play here for Chieftains. They got to find a way to get this 3rd down and keep this drive alive.
Bowden in the backfield next to Bailey. Bailey steps back to pass and goes long. Contact over there, but Robbins not able to come up with the catch. Brings up 4th down for the Chieftains. 4th down, 4 yards to go. 47-yard line. Bailey gets the play, comes in.
Looks like we're going to try and go for this, John.
Two receivers far right side for Bailey. Ball's batted, but caught by Cladesty for the 1st down, and then change. He's wrapped up on the 46-yard line.
How about that play call right there from Tonga on the offense? Still in their own territory and facing a 4th and medium on that play. Great play call there. Great catch there by Cladesty. You said that ball was even being tipped, still caught it.
Yeah, zipped in there, but Cladesty with the short route kind of set up camp. Hand off to Bowden, and he's able to get around the outside for
Tyler Bowden with the carry.
We'll call it 4 1/3 yards. We're going to get fancy here. Is the
down to the 42.
Spot going to call for 4 yards. Setting up 2nd and 6 yards from the 42-yard line. Dallas Bond, the lone receiver on the left side of the formation. Hand off to Bowden, and he finds a hole again right up the middle and picks up another 5 yards. Brought down at the 37-yard line.
Ball carrier once again is number 3, Tyler Bowden.
Chieftains finding success running that run right up the middle. Three receivers. Motion there from Martin, and handoff to Bowden. He, again, patient, waits for the blocks, finds that cutback lane, picks up 6 yards there, takes the ball down to the 30-yard line. They're going to spot him a yard shy of where he was tackled at the 31.
So great back-to-back runs there by the Chieftains. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the play action pulled out here eventually. Then again, when you got it going with Tyler Bowden, though, why would you stop?
Absolutely. We talk about Bowden being patient, waiting for his blocks. That time he saw his man got turned around. He's like, okay, fine. I'll just do the hard work myself. And he runs smack dab into his own man, and the two of them just kind of fall forward, pick up 4 yards there.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the elusiveness and stuff, but I think the patient running of Bowden is something that we don't give enough credit to.
High snap, Bailey able to bring it down, and again, the Tonganoxie offensive line doing great work here as we wind down the 3rd quarter. Clearing holes for Bowden.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the Chieftains go to a more up-tempo offense yet. Typically in the second halves when they're trailing, they'd love to kind of go and pick up the pace on offense, keep the defense from making it harder for them to make substitutions. Might see that later in the second half here, though, John. Take a note.
Yep. Two receivers right side. Bond on the left. Again, handoff to Bowden. He bulls through into the red zone. You're finding this the smallest of holes. We talked week 1 about Tyler Bowden, 5'8", and in that Barry Sanders model where he's short, low center of gravity, just keeps those legs moving and able to find the smallest of holes and exploit it. And
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Pick up another first down for the Chieftains. Glad to see motions. Again, handoff to Culvert this time as Bowden gets a spell, and new back, same result as Culvert makes picks up 7 yards on the first down.
And you got to be so happy, on the offensive perspective from an offensive coach, knowing that you got this stud, first string running back, but when he needs to come out and take a breather, you got another great running back at your second string too, and Culver here.
Yep, Culver again gets the ball wrapped up, still picks up a couple yards.
53
Fours are up, John. Fourth quarter already.
And we are headed to the fourth quarter. Tonganoxie trailing 14-28. We'll try that again, 28-14. We're going to head to the third quarter. We'll take this quick break on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
We're back in Paola, Kansas at Panther Stadium. 3rd and 2 from the 9-yard line, and handoff to Bowden. He's tripped up in the backfield, but it looks like he has got enough to get the first down for the Chieftains.
Jack Earlywine there for the defense.
Jack Earlywine able to
they're
sneak
calling
in.
him
Looks
short.
like, saw the back judge sprinting up, but in front of the yard marker, but side judge on the near side had a better view of that. Martin in motion, handoff to Bowden, and Bowden just bowls through for a touchdown. It had to pause there for a second, because Fletcher Audi had him, broke through the line, had Martin in his grasp. Martin said, "Not today, sir. I'm going for 6."
Yeah, same song, different verse for this guy, right? It looked like he was wrapped up in the backfield, and I think the vast majority of this Paola crowd thought the same thing, but then again, just using that elusiveness, breaking free, 6 points up for the Chieftains. Make that 7.
And Mac Williams puts the point after through the uprights. That's definitely the way you want to start the fourth quarter for Tonganoxie.
Absolutely.
And again, the spot came up a little bit shy. Again, we saw the referee on the far side was putting up in front of the first down marker, but the guys a little bit on the near side, kind of overruled. But Tonganoxie said, we'll just go ahead and just take it all the way, take those last 4 yards ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think no matter what that call was, even if he did get the first down, that fourth down, it was fourth down territory, no matter what.
Yeah.
You're down 2 scores here now at the start of the fourth quarter. You got to get points, and that's exactly what they did. I love the aggressive play call that we've seen from the Chieftains tonight, already having those early fourth down play calls and converting on them. Just like earlier in this drive, they had that fourth and medium kind of back in their own territory, and they went for it anyways. Ends up paying off for them as it ended up in 7 points, cutting the lead down to 1 touchdown.
All righty. See what Mac Williams and Coach Troyer have in the old playbook. last week, Spring Hills, we said, recovered back-to-back onside kicks. Might be a little bit too early to go to that, but
Maybe,
we saw week 1 against Baser Linwood. The first kick of the game was a onside for the Chieftains. Mac Williams going to send it deep, and oh my goodness, that was
Did they do it, John?
That was the longest onside kick I think I've ever seen. Although that's one of those things that is just we talked about. You've got to be aware on the kickoff, and in the first half we saw the ball coming to I think it was Robbins, and it took a funny bounce, and he knew, okay, I got to get on this. I got to get up, grab it, and tuck.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what the Paola defender was like, just kind of letting it come to him, and then excellent alertness from the Chieftains.
You got to be more alert in that situation, JR. I mean, you can't afford that turnover, but Chieftains catch a lucky break here.
See if they can make that pay off.
Yep.
Hand off to Bowden, and he heads up the right side or left side and cuts back for. Looks like 3.5. We're going to call it 3.5 yards. Second 7 for the Chieftains on their own 29. Two receivers right side. Bailey calls for the snap. Brandon Martin motioning to the left. Again, hand off to Bowden, and he goes right up the middle, is wrapped up. Be able to pick up another 3 yards on the tackle. Got officials timeout as looks like there's a Paola Panther with a cramp.
I think some of these boys need to go to a hydration station. John seen a few players go down with cramps already tonight. It's not even really that warm out. It's kind of a nice brisk, I guess, is the correct word for it. Fall night.
It's definitely. I say it's been an up and down season. The first week it was a little warmer than expected, very humid. Last week was a little cooler than everybody expected, but still every bit as humid. This week it's kind of, that does take a toll on your body. You're not
for sure.
You're not really. Your body's not able to kind of adjust and react to things as it's bouncing back and forth, but.
Sure.
Just like for the Chieftains in the third quarter there, Paola's player looks like Jet Osborne able to get up and walk off the field under his own power. Third down and 4 from the 23-yard line. 10 minutes, 27 seconds left in the game. Two receivers either side. Hand off to Bowden. Got plenty of room.
I'm going to steal something my grandfather would always say when I was playing football and on the offensive line. Way to go, O-line! Give that one to the offensive line there. They just drove Paola off the ball there, giving Bowden plenty of room to run behind and pick up that first down. And they're just marching anymore.
Yeah, same. That time Bowden was able to elude a couple of tackles. Panthers flying in there, but Bowden able to just shimmy left, shimmy right, make a miss, and pick up 6 yards. Brings up 2nd and 4. One back set. One receiver left side, and a handoff again to Bowden, and he's going to find pay dirt. Touchdown, Chieftains!
Talk about a 14-point swing coming out of halftime. Unbelievable, this Chieftain offense. This game isn't over yet, quite obviously, but Tyler Bowden, again, making another case for a possible player of the game already. But
I'm going to say it's his to lose right now.
It is his to lose right now. But
Mac Williams puts the ball through the uprights, and we are all tied up here at Panther Stadium. What a difference that 2 minutes makes.
Right.
We came back at 11:27, and just alert play on special teams from the Chieftains, and on the flip side, the opposite of alert from Paola, as Tonganoxie able to make that little lapse pay and put 7 points on the board, and we're.
I mean, just great job there by Tonganoxie. Just capitalizing on that mistake. Kind of a brain fart, I guess you could say, on Paola on that last kickoff series here. Yeah, definitely this time, if I was a special teams coach for Paola, I'd be like, look, guys, call a fair catch or something, but you got to field that ball. Do not just let it bounce around out there.
Absolutely. Buckle up, folks. We got 9 minutes of exciting football. And Mac Williams. And we have got a flag before we even get started. Looks like not sure who that's going to be on. Where the flag is at, it looks like Tonganoxie is going to be coming back 5 yards. Looks like somebody was a little bit eager on the jump there. We have our crowd mic down for the music, so you guys couldn't hear the person on the PA was a little bit late in shutting off the music there, so a little bit of confusion. Mac Williams going to kick it from his 35. And again, if I'm the Paola special teams coach, I can't be pleased with that because, again, you talked about you've got to secure the ball. And, again, this time he was fortunate that there was nobody there, but that was, when kicks off your legs, and as soon as you do that, that's a live ball.
Right. And this doesn't just seem to be a thing tonight, John. Again, we look back to last week. It seems like last week in the second half, the Paola special teams kind of had a crumbling collapse, as they've kind of done now. They definitely got to try to pull their head out, play a little better here, sharpen up, because we got a 14-point lead to a tie ball game.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line, and Dallas Bond able to drag down the Paola Panthers in the backfield.
Yeah, great job, Dallas Bond, defensive end, shooting out, punching the offensive lineman in the mouth, not getting sealed inside, so the running back can have the outside edge to run along. Does a great job in containing, wraps him up there in the backfield. Huge loss there for Paola.
Sheds his blocker, wraps the tailback up and for a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 for the 24. Two backs, Pitzer and Audi in the backfield, and
linebackers are a little late getting there on that run. He tries to sharpen it up, just fill the honey holes there a little bit better. Try to meet the running back at the line of scrimmage.
Audi able to pick up 6 on that play. For National Every one receiver to the right side. 3rd and 7. Williams stepped under center, came out, didn't like with the play call. New signal coming in from the sideline. Handoff to Audi, and he is wrapped up there.
So a good 2-3 yard short there, John. All right, so if you're the Paola play caller, are you going for it here, John?
I wouldn't, but then again, it looks like they've had good success. That's one of the things you almost want to think you drop back and see what you can get, but they're confident they're going to go for it. And
looks like I get some whistles here.
We're going to have timeout taken by Paola or Tonganoxie. Correction. Again, we'll take that timeout with them here with 7:37 left to go in the game. We're tied 28-28.
Great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
And we're back here at Panther Stadium. Tonganoxie able to. Your timeout. Got to watch for the hard count here from Paola. Make sure you don't give them the.
Oh, absolutely.
The first down. Got to make them earn it.
It's an absolute cardinal sin for a defensive team. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the referee's quick to signal that he was down. Williams faked the handoff, but held on to it for himself, and they would pick up 4 yards. And I think fortunate to be whistled down because the ball popped loose there, and
right.
Chieftains looked like they'd come up with it, but as you heard the whistles from the referees, they were very quick, right on the spot there to say he was down. Handoff to Giovanni Blackie, and he's kind of stutter steps his way for a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 43-yard line. Out of the fullback.
Again, Paola taking their sweet time trying to get the play call in. So we're approaching 6:30 left here in the 4th. Under 10 seconds on the play call.
7-6 on the play clock, but they hand off to Audi, and he's able to bull forward for a couple of yards. Yeah, saw a little bit of confusion as the signal was a little bit late coming in from the sideline. Then Panthers checking their wristbands. That's up 3rd and call it 4 from the 46-yard line. Ball's halfway between the 45 and the 46-yard line there. And
this is a crucial stop here for the Chieftains. Who's going to step up and make the big stop here?
Yep. Quick screen pass to the right side there. Pass to Robinson, but Maxwell was there to make the stop on the play, and Paola steps in, takes a quick snap, and it looks like they kind of let them peel off the pile and see where the spot is. Based on this spot, the quick snap just enough to get Paola the first down.
First down and 10 from just across midfield.
Ball spot on the, we'll call it the 49 and 7/8 yard line. Just inside midfield.
Oh, you and your numbers, JR.
Handoff to Fletcher Audi. Hey, I realize that we're broadcasting in HD, but most people are watching on their phones, and we're not quite NBC or CBS. We got to paint the picture for the folks at home.
Right.
Audi picks up a couple yards there, brings up 2nd and 8 from the 48-yard line. High back set, one receiver pitch to Blackie, and able to run for the first down, but not able to break for the touchdown there.
Yeah, definitely Paola there finally caught Tonganoxie sleeping. I'm on the play, finally getting the pitch option out. I don't know who was responsible for the pitch out there, but they weren't there, and you give Blackie that much room to run, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, Maxwell doing a great job there of containing and letting letting Blackie make the decision and not biting on the fakes, and is able to wrap him up and kind of limit the damage. 20-yard run from Blackie sets up 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line. Handoff to Pitzer, switching in the fullback, and he picks up a yard on the play. Wrapped up by the interior there of the Tonganoxie Chieftains defensive line. One receiver set for the Panthers. Pass goes to Pitzer, but Robbins right there able to make the tackle.
Great open field tackle there by Robbins. If he fails to make that tackle, they definitely pick up the first down, but they would pick up a lot more than that. Definitely probably would have been a 1st and goal situation there. So great tackle there by Robbins, forcing the 3rd and medium.
It's 3rd down.
3rd and 5 from the 23-yard line. One receiver up top for Paola. I-back set. Handoff goes to Blackie, and he's able to break through the line.
Push down yardage and more for the Panthers.
Taken down by Robbins, but not before Blackie picks up the 1st down.
This is exactly the drive that Paola was looking to get together. As I now look over at the scoreboard, John, we're just up about 2.5 minutes left here in the 4th. Paola now, again, keep running the ball, eating up the clock. Going to try to punch it in here and give the Chieftains as minimal time as possible to try to answer.
Yep. 2-back set, handoff to Audi, and he's wrapped up. For no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 15.
No gain on the play.
We're at the 2-minute warning. I-back formation for Paola. Robinson checked out here to the left side. Handoff up the middle.
And again, Martin there, great tackle there. Looked like Blackie was trying to break it off. He was going to go back to the middle of the field.
Yeah, Martin had his hands around both the legs, and Heston Robbins comes in and makes kind of puts the capper on it.
Chieftains got to get a stop here. They've given Paola many, 3rd and long, 3rd and mediums, and they've converted on every one.
3rd and 9. We've got a little play action pass there, naked bootleg out, and Williams able to scamper out of bounds, picks up 4.5 yards, 5 yards on the play. It's up 4th and 4 from the 9-yard line.
Huge stop here for the Chieftains. They got to try to get it.
Timeout on the field. Timeout. Paola's going to step back, talk it over. We're going to take this break with him. We'll be back to Panther Stadium. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Well, welcome back to Panther Stadium here in Paola, Kansas. John Rochko with Dylan Funk. We are 1 minute left in this game, 1:09 on the clock. Tie ball game, 28-28. Panthers have a 4th and 4 from the 9-yard line. Tonganoxie needs a stop here.
Absolutely.
Again, Paola has done exactly what they needed to do on this drive, kind of milking the clock, keeping the drive alive, giving Tonganoxie the ball back with very little time on the clock, and
yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is just exactly what Paola wanted. Now, they got the 4th and medium here coming up. So if they don't get it here, we could be possibly looking at overtime.
Yeah,
quite possibly. But if they do pick it up here, the results could be different. So let's see who's going to step up and make the stop here, John.
Even after the timeout, Paola is still thinking about it and checking the sidelines. Everybody looks at the wristband. I-back set for the Panthers. Robinson, the lone receiver here on the left side. And pitch out to Blackie, and he is hit once, and he is able to sneak through and pick up the first down.
I don't think the clock started, though.
No, the clock did not start, so and they finally run a second off the clock. Yeah, the clock did not start, so looks like the referee's going to come over and have a chat and see how much time we're going to actually have on the clock. It's one of those things that for Tonganoxie, you kind of, in a way, you're hoping, you're almost okay with this because any little bit of time left on the clock, that means more time that you have to take the ball downfield, whether you get a stop or you're taking the kickoff.
Right. I mean, they can't just leave it there, can they?
Yeah, it depends on who has the.
I mean, I think we got to be.
Who has the clock on the Again, at the college level, the referees 3 of the referees keep it on their sideline, and we're. So we have one finger held up by the white hat. Yep. Yeah, looks like they're going to take 9 seconds. That's a definitely fair.
Okay, well, here it is. I mean, these next couple of plays are going to decide this ball game. Here for us, John. Looks like.
Timeout on the field.
We're going to take more time to discuss it, I guess.
Not sure who called that timeout, but we will go ahead and take that with. No, we're actually going to stay here because. Referees wound. We'd reset the clock to 1 minute, then the referee wound the clock, and not sure who called the timeout, but another 2 seconds ticked off. So we'll see. Still waiting for, and now 59 seconds, and. One of the other benefits of working college games is the referee has a mic on the belt pack that he's able to be very, very clear with exactly how much time
Right. Yeah.
Spent last year at Avila University, and there was several times where you have the side judge and the back judge not crisp on their mechanics, and the referee calling up to reset the clock, and he's telling us exactly how many seconds to the 10th. So we're going to get things underway with 59 seconds left in regulation. Robinson, the lone receiver, to the left. And it looks like Williams just going to keep the ball and push the ball in the end zone, take it himself, and again, while it would have been nice, Tonganoxie's got to say, yeah, it would be nice to have had the stop there.
I mean, right now they just got to have a short memory. They just got to try to put it behind and just try to look at this next drive as being, okay, it's 0-0. Let's just try to go down and score as quick as we can. As they are now down by a touchdown.
Kick through the uprights, and it is, I'm honestly, it's one of those things that you never want to give up. You never want to give up points. You never want to take that. But of all of the scenarios that could have happened on that drive, this is the best for Tonganoxie. Because, again, instead of giving Paola 4 cracks at the end zone and, giving them an opportunity to, leave Tongi with 10, 15 seconds to go, 90 yards to tie it up, now, Tongi's down a touchdown, but they scored 14 unanswered to start the quarter. You got 55 seconds. That's plenty of time. As we saw the first play of the third quarter, one play and you're done. So we've. And
I'll even go back to the first play of the game, that long touchdown run to start things here by Tyler Bowden. So, I mean, the Chieftains are definitely not out of this, yet. At least, you still got 55 seconds, so I would imagine Paola's going to try to boot it as deep as they can, pin them as far down close to the end zone as they can. But this Chieftain offense, they just got to stay calm and cool under pressure and just go, all right, boys, let's go, let's drive down the field and let's try to tie this thing up.
All right, looks like Audie taking over kickoff duty for the Panthers. Listen on their depth chart is their number 2 kicker, and he comes back, and just like I said, he's going to send it deep. Cladesty hauls it in, is able to pick up huge return on that.
That was a great return.
Brings the ball out to the 44-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Chieftains have 47.1 seconds. Again, great return, great awareness by Cladesty, getting as much as he can, but being smart and getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
Right.
Chieftains looking to the sidelines for the play call.
I mean, this drive for the Chieftains now, it's now or never. So
two receivers top for the Chieftains. Bailey in the pistol.
Correction,
three receivers. He's got a little bit late on the substitution there, and Bailey steps back and heaves the ball, and it's picked off. And folks, that's going to do it here for the ball game. Bailey stepped back and threw, and ball's just a little bit underthrown there for Robbins on the near side. Brock Pitts are able to kind of set up camp under it and come down with it, and fully expect Paola to take a couple knees and run the game out. Nothing to hang their heads about for Paola, for Tonganoxie.
Absolutely not. Nope.
You come in, you take on the number 2 team in the state.
And 4A. Yeah. I mean, sometimes this is kind of the punch in the mouth you need. This kind of early in the season kind of gives Tongi a chance now this next upcoming week to kind of come together, regroup, learn from mistakes. I mean, really the key factor in tonight's game was that pick 6 in the first half. Really, you could argue, blah, 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 but just in hindsight, that was kind of the big difference here. Those extra points that Tongi left on the field that went in Paola's way, but overall, still great performance tonight. By Tongi.
Yeah, it is hard to overcome a 14-point turnaround there, and Tongi made a game of it in the fourth quarter. Kind of overcoming that 14-point deficit, but as the clock winds down to 0, that'll wrap it up here. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back to the post-game show. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at S&SAutoandBody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
And we're back with the postgame show. Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by S&S Body Shop. Since 1972, S&S Body Shop has been the place to go in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at SNSAutoandBody.com or call 913-369-3193. Again, I'm John Roscoe here with see Coach Al Troyer coming up the steps. We'll take a quick chat with him. All right, welcome to the booth, Coach.
Thanks, sir.
Obviously, not the results you probably wanted, but definitely nothing to hang your head about.
Well, just a few plays here and there. We stop them, come out at second half, and stop them. 3 and out, and then they run the fake punt. That was big. Yeah. We wanted to get a stop, momentum, turn both ways. Man, it was a great football game. We just came out on the short end again. But it's like I told our kids just now, we're going to see this team again.
Absolutely. Again. Talked about the last time you guys saw them was in the playoffs, 35-13 loss. This time you put up a couple more touchdowns and definitely made a much better, much bigger statement. Again, you kind of hate to see this kind of a game this early in the season, but at the same time, you guys have got a lot of time to recover. Talk us through. Gabe Bailey had a really solid game. And take nothing away from that last play. He had a really solid game tonight, and
he stepped up. He got another week under his belt. From last week, and he was able to make some plays tonight and made some great decisions. Hit some key. The balls on the sideline to Dallas and to Heston were great balls. Just they played great defense and knocked them out. But both sides. I can't say enough. But this was a football game, and both teams really fought. Down to the end, them scoring. With 55 seconds left, and then we had to try to respond. But, it came down to that. It came down to 55 seconds.
Absolutely. We were talking up here in the booth as we were watching that last drive. Obviously the best case scenario is you guys get a full stop and you have, 10, 15 seconds to score the knockout punch. But, second best is kind of what happened. They get in, they get it in and done. You still have to come out 55 seconds. And
right. Well, we knew this was two high-powered offenses, but it was great defense tonight also. Yep. We were able to match each other pretty much all the game. We got some good stops in the second half to get up and get it tied 28-all, and then and our kids, both sides. You can't say enough. It was a fought game. And a lot of respect for Coach Dumpert and Paola. They did a great job, and it was a great atmosphere. We said all week it's going to be a great atmosphere. So it's two of the better. They're one of the better teams in 4A, and we're right there matching them. So
absolutely. Again, you talk about the atmosphere. It was kind of weird, for in the era of social distancing. You would have expected a little bit more. Obviously, you would have expected a much larger crowd, but the energy on the field was definitely there.
Right.
So, hats off to you guys, and
we just get ready for Eudora next week.
Absolutely. So, good luck. Have a great practice this week, Coach, and we will talk to you on Thursday.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. All right. Welcome, Dylan, back to the broadcast headset here as we wrap it up. As again, hard-fought game. Tonganoxie coming out on the short end, 35-28 to Paola. We talked about the number 2 team in 3A versus the number 3 team in 3A. A couple teams that, great as Coach Troyer mentioned, is a great atmosphere, a lot of great energy on both sides. Strong. Again, 2 higher-powered offenses, but the defense was definitely the talk of the ball game. We're going to take another break here on the post-game show. We'll be back to talk about the player of the game and next week against Eudora. Stick around. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Bank in Tonganoxie, a small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
All right, we're back here at Panther Stadium in Paola. Again, the final score, Paola 35, Tonganoxie 28. We talked coming into the tail end of the fourth quarter that the player of the game was Tyler Bowden's to lose, and honestly, I don't think he did. You did everything you could expect him to do. Had great awareness on waiting for his blocks and plays to develop, but then when he was called on to do the hard work and kind of create the tackles, he was able to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with you on that one. I think, Bowden did an absolutely extraordinary job tonight, and this is just the offensive lineman in me too. A running back can't have a great night without a great offensive line in front of him too. The offensive front for Tongi did a great job opening those holes, driving the Paola defense off the blocks, giving Bowden plenty of room to run and also plenty of time to also find those cutback lanes and holes and for him to just run freely tonight. So, but still, Bowden doing an extraordinary job keeping Tongi in the game tonight. Hats off, game ball, Tyler Bowden.
Absolutely. Not to kind of overshadow the play of, Brandon Martin and Gabe Bailey. He was kind of one of the things that is coming in. Last week we saw a lot of the split between the Wildcat with Sam Clattisty and Bailey. They're kind of split in time.
Right.
This week Bailey saw all the snaps under center. Looked pretty solid. Again, didn't really have much of a choice on that last play, but to kind of chuck it where it did.
The way he stepped up, for this team tonight to go toe to toe with the number 2 team in 4A Paola, he can't be down on himself. He did the best that he could. He had that one interception, in the first half, and it looked like things were kind of starting to go downhill. But again, on that next drive, got the short throws, got his confidence back, and then hit that long, deep pass to Sam Clattisty to bring up the Chieftains' second touchdown of the game. It can only go up for him for here. if he does play next week against Eudora. I think now he's gotten a couple starts under his belt, and especially this one tonight being against Paola. When they come out and face the Cardinals next week, if he is the starting quarterback, I think he'll be more confident of himself, and we'll see a lot better game from him.
Oh, and absolutely, this does nothing but set Tonganoxie up great for the rest of the season because you've got a quarterback who, junior comes in, kind of thrust into a kind of an unfamiliar situation last week, and but he's able to come in this week and, like I said, he recovered. We talked at the end of the that last drive on the kickoff. We had talked about Tonganoxie having to have a short memory, and Bailey did exactly that. After he was picked, and he kind of, like you said, like you mentioned, he shrugged it off and was able to just keep on chucking, keep on moving, and you did a great job. So again, hats off to Bailey. Again, not sure who we're going to see under center next week against Eudora.
And I have a feeling these teams could meet again.
Absolutely.
So you and I could very well easily be back here in October, November, calling another Tongi Paola game.
Absolutely. Now, honestly, I wouldn't mind if we were at home to call that, but
could be. Yep.
I don't mind the North Deck. As decks go, I have to say this one is a little bit better than our week one. We have a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more space.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. Again, you've been listening to the post-game show brought to you by S&S Body Shop. We are on your airwaves or on your phone waves, on your internet waves, on the Hamsters are going to bring us to you 2 times next week. We got our first volleyball game Tuesday, September 22nd. Tonganoxie hosts Bonner Springs. It's going to be a 6:30 first serve. We will be on the air at 6 o'clock with our pregame show.
Awesome.
And good luck to the Chieftains on the volleyball court. It'll be nice to be inside.
Yeah.
And then Friday, like I said, right back conference actions against Eudora. Again, 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be getting underway at 6:35 for the pregame, and hope to see all you guys join us next week. Again, for Dylan Funk, this is John Roshkolb saying good night from Panther Stadium in Paola. You've been watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, S&S Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.